Tobes, braid, on, whatever your name is. You see, you are living proof that stupidity can be inside people's DNA. As you be like this, now so your papa be. No difference. It's just that you enhance the mumu way they inside your papa. You come bring him, come give him life. The first thing you come and ask is, are you okay? Your papa for us, we never chopped since yesterday. Ain't they okay? Eh? Orieti daughter. Barap chojari oponu. Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. You come to my live, you talk anyhow, you see anyhow. So first things first, I need to warn you. Where's my water? I need to warn you. My message is not for just anybody. I needed that. For every bass on my page, you will get a boost. Before I go any further, I want to tell you that my page is not for everybody. Somebody the other day said, Daddy Freeze, why do you block people? My page is not for everybody. Rolls Royce is not for everybody. Rolex is not for everybody. You need to understand that there are some messages, some conversations that are above your pay grade, above your IQ grade. There's some discussions that you cannot contribute to because you have zero knowledge or understanding. I'm starting first of all by saying a big thank you to Coco Boy Music. We never even starting. Don't send 1,200 stars. Thank you so much, Coco Boy Music. To send me stars is so easy. Just go to Facebook. Go to the top right-hand corner. You will see the top right-hand corner. You will see the search bar. Type Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. You can search for my Facebook page on Facebook. That's the only way you can get me stars, and then get me the stars there. So, first things first, before I even go into today's topic, I want to talk about the poverty mindset, the poverty mentality. Just real quick for about 2 or 3 minutes. The other day I was having a conversation with a Brazilian guy who was talking about buying, it's on my page, Armando Juan Pantoja. He's an investor and all that. And he was talking, he has 410,000 followers. He was talking about how to invest in handbags, the luxury asset most likely to hold value. And it reminded me of what I said. You see, my problem with a lot of people is, even when you go to the UK, you go to Peckham, your mindset has been blinded by poverty. Poverty has narrowed your brain. It's a real problem, but you guys don't get it. Somebody said to me, Daddy Freeze, they said, if you buy Rolex, who will you sell it to? Can you close your eyes? Remove yourself from Meron or Alagbado that you live in where nobody can buy a Rolex, and put yourself in Banana Island. I have a friend who has a Rolex secondhand page, preownedwatches.ng. Just go there. Pre-owned watches. It's owned by a lady and her husband. Pre-owned. I think that's the owned watches. Yes, pre-owned watches NG. That's it. You understand? This is the page. Just go there. She put up the picture of a Rolex 3 days ago, champagne dial. Asking price 15,500. Used. Box certificate. I sent her a DM. I said 10K. I wish I could show you my chat with her. I said 10K. She said 12K 5 last. $12,500 last. Sometimes people have desperate sales. They need money for whatever it is. Children's school fees abroad or whatever. So it's a hot sale. If you go to her page, 95% of the watches on her page are sold. If she puts it up within 2 weeks, $12,500, $15,000. What is Naira? What does it sound like anybody is talking about Naira to you? Does it sound like anybody's talking about Naira to you? $12,500. They said that's the last price the owner. Now, that watch cost about, let's say, 17K. The guy needs money now. It's not an investment Rolex. It's not a watch I'll tell anybody to buy. If I want to buy that watch, I'll buy second hand. Why? Because that way, if I buy it like 12K or maybe 11K if I'm lucky, I'll still hit her up. If I can get that watch for 11K, it makes sense. You understand? Then worst case scenario, if it's even going to lose money, it will not drop below 10K. It's impossible. That watch can never go below 10K. It will just maintain around that 11K for the next 20 years. That's an investment. But you see, if you are not in that mind circle, you cannot understand these things. So be very careful in everything you do. Remove yourself from poverty. Somebody was saying, my mother borrowed 350 pounds. It's on my page. And when I asked for it back, she said, no, be me carry you for belly. Both your mama, where they tell you to collect 350 pounds from you, she had to manipulate you with say she carry you for belly. And you waiting say it ain't normal to they borrow your mama money, or how do I even want to put it? You are both suffering from poverty mentality. There are people, someone said robbers and call, insurance and call. Are you not insured? There are some parts of Lagos you will live in. The likelihood that that you encounter robbers is small. The likelihood is small. You see, there are people whose mothers left them companies, estates, houses in the UK, houses in the US. Do you understand? Some people have mothers who set aside money for their own funerals. You need to understand. Stop looking at the world through the eyes of your family. Not everybody is like you. If you are in a poor place, you should not be taking decisions regarding finances because you don't understand. Cut yourself. You don't look at every mother that is like your mother that had to sell Gary so you can go to school. Some people's mothers send them to Harvard Some people's mothers, I've forgotten this guy's name. His mother was this one of the biggest importers of rice in Nigeria. His father was MD of a bank. His mother was richer than his father, who was MD of a bank. Do you think he can ever borrow his mother money? His mother that owns property across Victoria Island. He can't borrow his mother money. So I need you very quickly, before we even go into today's message, I need you to do yourself a favor and start detaching yourself from poverty mentality. Any situation you find yourself, ask your question. Ask yourself this question: am I thinking like a poor man? Am I thinking like a poor man? Just do yourself that favor, because I see a lot of, somebody came and said, it's good to invest in handbags. Another person was saying shelter is better. For you to buy $10,000 handbag, you go don't chop first too. You go don't, shelter is not the problem of somebody thinking of investing. Shelter cannot be your problem. For you to be able to think of investing, clothes that you are wearing on your body cannot be a problem. Food cannot be your problem if you are considering investing. Before you can think that you want to invest $10,000, you go down the chop. You go get house over your head, even if not rented house. So get yourself out of certain scenarios. Many of us missed the Bitcoin bloom because we're thinking like poor people. Poverty is it's the worst disease you can have. It messes up your mind. It's like a cancer of the mind. It's a cancer of the mind. You will never be able to see opportunity. Let me tell you, another thing you need to do is change your circle. Change the kind of things you hear around your head. Change them. There are people you live with. As long as you hear them talking, it feeds the cancer. I'm going to do a whole session of this tomorrow. Poverty, cancer of the mind. Chemotherapy and radiotherapy cannot cure it. So when we're having certain conversations, there are some people I block on my page because the angle at which you are coming from is too puerile, it's too pedestrian. So let us start with that. I'm just advertising what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Poverty, cancer of the mind. It's very, very important. And I think it is important that we do this for all of us. Your parents, what killed your parents is they took decision based on poverty mindset. Not that they were poor. The decisions they took was based on poverty mindset. They bought many houses in Nigeria. Houses in Nigeria appreciate in naira, but they don't appreciate in dollars because the dollar is down. Some of your parents were smart enough to get mortgages abroad. Those ones invested. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, tomorrow is class. Yes, tomorrow during the day, Clash of the Supporters. Tomorrow during the day, not at night. So, okay. I just want you to. Someone said, you said B Lord is a Yahoo boy or not? I never said B Lord is a Yahoo boy. Where did you hear that from? One fake Gist lovers is in the building here. I never said B Lord is a Yahoo boy. I just schooled him on investment. He has many properties in Anambra and across Nigeria. And I want to tell you that there's no amount of money you invest in property in Nigeria as long as it is hedged to a naira. And the naira is free falling the way it's free falling. Your property can never be secure. Your investment can never be secure. So try looking for things that are hedged on the dollar or the euro or the pound sterling. That way, your investments will be secure. The advice I gave him was spread your portfolio. Don't come and tell us you are buying mansions, but then you are wearing fake watches. Jewelry, paintings, crypto, all these things are all assets. Have a little here, a little there. Of course, it's good to have property. But if you have your property in Nigeria, I worry for you. Nigeria no be where they turn property to asset to. Property for Nigeria, na asset no be investment. Na asset no be investment. So think about that. And if you understand the real estate terrain in Nigeria, it can be very good. Though. If you know how to speculate land, you will go to this place and you will buy the land at 300,000. Then 5 years from now, it is now 6 million. That is a, because even the dollar will not jump like that. But if you think by building house in the village, you are investing your money. House for village, na liability. House where you dey live inside, na liability. My house, I've not lived inside for more than 5 years. We already have to start doing renovation. They will not tell you all these things now. I did one section of the house. We spent over 10 million. Just one section of the house. I've not done even my own side. When I saw the bill, like I said, everybody should first wait. In 5 years, we don't do major renovation. Because everything is outdated. Everything. Your television, you cannot watch that television for 5 years. You want to run mad. The television I bought when I finished this house, you cannot scroll it the way I scroll the new television we have. The Netflix is, watching Netflix on it is headache. So your televisions are all useless in 5 years. All the televisions in the house. And you cannot sell them for anything. Peanuts. Think about it. So you buy television for 1 million naira. How much do you think you sell it for? 150K. You need to change televisions every 5-6 years. You cannot think about it. Especially with this Netflix, all this. So same thing with fittings. You just realize that this thing is from another era. While WF dips, listen to what he said. Hey sir, go straight to the point. All this you are saying is not what you pin on here. Come on, man. You see, your father didn't bring you up well because he was not privy to the opportunity of hanging with people who are dignified and people who know how to speak. How do you come to somebody's page? Did you subscribe to this page? As in, did you pay a fee to come to this page? Did you buy stars today of like $500 so you can come and then you can air your view about what I'm talking about? Did I tell you I'm not going to get there? As long as you did not pay to watch what I'm here to talk about, you have no right. It's either you wait till I talk or you get the WF out. So please leave. As a matter of fact, don't leave. Stay. Experience rapture. This is what a rapture feels like. Good. How do you go to somebody's page and tell them to talk quick that you are waiting? Poverty mindset. When the data on your phone is about to run out, you start thinking, so can you imagine if only I'd been patient enough for 10 seconds? I don't reach the topic already. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm about to officially start the topic. Regina Daniels' husband made some comments about poverty. Okay? So, big shout out to everyone who's bought me stars. I'm going to put that up and I'm going to start. Okay. So, I want to start afresh. Someone says, please let me send stars. Yes, if you want to send stars, I'll greatly appreciate that. Come over to Facebook. I'm bringing Facebook back. Come over to Facebook. Someone said, what happened to Gislova? Was that real Gislova? I was not real Gislova now. Someone says, hello, sir. I'm trying to build a house for my mom at Ogun State. It has gone to roofing level, sir. Very good of you. Good behavior. Was that real Gislova? I don't think that was Gislova. Was that Gislova? It was not the real Gislova. It was a fake Gislova. So, that was Gislova. No. Gislova doesn't sound like. Was that Gislova? That was a fake Gislova. Gislova is Gislova Media House. I'm following them. Okay, that was Jeans Lover, not Gislova. The real Gislova will not make comments like that. Okay, so also why I was talking about poverty mentality is when we look at what's his name? Someone said Daddy Freeze is not appointed to condemn DERM, pastor or prophet. Neither is he appointed to judge, condemn. Some people, their brain, day Christmas break already, and they still day beginning of December. Okay, so when we are looking at Ned Nwoko's comment, we should look at it from a place of understanding his wealth. So here's the conversation, and I'm going to bring you guys on so you can share your views and your thoughts. According to the article on Daily Post, men who refuse polygamy are contributing to prostitution. A Nigerian lawyer and politician, Prince Chinedu Munir Nwoko, popularly known as Ned Nwoko, has accused men who do not marry more than one wife of contributing to immorality in the society. The former lawmaker who stated this in his recent interview with The Guardian urged Nigerian men to emulate the northern men by marrying more than one wife. He said many women are out there without a husband, especially in the southern parts of the country, and there's a high level of prostitution. If the southern men can emulate their northern counterparts by marrying more than one wife, that could probably change the situation. An average southerner may have one wife with girlfriends, and he's spending money on the girlfriends, sometimes even more than his wife. For instance, the man who has three wives concentrates on them. The money he makes is spent on his family, and he is more likely not to have a girlfriend or a concubine. The money those with several girlfriends spend on them is a gift, not an investment in the family. Nwoko, who has multiple wives, noted that he and the Oni of Ife, Oba Enitan Ogunwusi, are serving Nigeria by marrying many wives. Ned, who further claimed to have the same background as Oni, explained that their grandfathers were kings and served Nigeria in that capacity, and they are now serving Nigeria by marrying many wives. Now, here's my take on this particular matter. I don't have a problem with polygamy. My dad is polygamous. It's a choice. First thing, it is not a choice for poor people. Polygamy is not a choice for poor people. Can we have this conversation? Polygamy is not a choice for poor people or struggling people. Please, guys, make una no vex. Make una no vex. It follow why me I get problem with your polygamy. So Ned is making a ton of sense. However, a poor man can afford a girlfriend. He can't afford a second wife. Then it is easier for a rich man to get gifted a daughter. Look at someone like Dangote. Do you know how many girls? See Oni of Ife. Oni of Ife married 12 women in one. That's when you realize that there are so many women who are ready to donate themselves to any man as long as the man can take care of them. Look at Oni of Ife. I sat down here and I watched in 1 month 12 women, and they are all beautiful women. Some of them educated abroad, and they all want to marry Oni. Women were donated by their fathers, by their uncles. Some of them donated themselves. There was one woman that was a former Miss Unilag or something like that. So when you are wealthy and you have power, there's sense in polygamy. When you are poor, polygamy becomes stress. Polygamy becomes stress. There are willing women who want to go for surgery to enhance their body but cannot afford it. They want to carry Hermes Birkin. They want to wear Rolex. They want to fly in a private jet. They want to attend all the Owambers in the nicest clothes. They want to drive around in Range Rovers. Let me tell you something. Some women are willing, if as Ned did, like if you want to marry wife 7 and 8 and 9 before Christmas, you go marry them. Mothers will bring their daughters. And another thing is they see how he's taking care of Regina. One thing I trip about Ned is at his age, he still allows Regina to put bikini picture, not full bikini picture, but to put TikTok pictures, you know. He allows, there are things that even me, I go vex with my wife, say, come, waiting with this, which kind of picture with this? So you can see that Regina is having fun. And when you look at them, if you know body language, you can see that they are cute. They are a cool couple. But if there was no money, you can't do that. Marriage is about love. Polygamy is about money. You don't love in polygamy. Nobody enters polygamy with love. Love in polygamy grows. Hello, am I connecting? In polygamy, love grows. It's not about love. It's about, I want my children to be raised under certain conditions. I want to have this, and this in life. I want to, you look at yourself. There's so many women who have gone for love and they were disappointed. You love a man and then he does you anyhow. Then you now say, you know what? I'm not even marrying for love anymore. I'm marrying for, I want somebody to take care of me and pamper me. You might be lucky, you get into polygamy and you find love. Or you find the kind of happiness that connects you. But you see, every woman in a polygamous relationship knows her place. I was trying to have a conversation with one of the Oloris. I actually wanted to bring her marriage for comfort, marriage for security. That's polygamy. Someone says, for the man who knows how to share love, if you have money, you'll be able to share love. It's easy for men to love multiple women. It's easy for men. There's somebody here who is talking about 76. Let me just remove the person. First Lady Babcock, let me warn you. I'm going to leave you now. If you make that kind of silly comment again, I will rapture you. So we need to have this conversation. I have no problem with it. But I'll be careful how I advise people to go into polygamy. Because polygamy, first of all, you have to be able to afford 2 houses at the least. You have to be able to afford 2 houses. You have to be able to afford, if you have 3 wives, you have to be able to afford 4 cars, 1 for each wife and 1 for you. You have to understand that your wives will have at least 2 children each. So if you have 3 wives, you have a minimum of 6 children, and your children will have to go to schools, and schools are not cheap. So that's my take. Poverty works, and there's a level to which some people are rich. If they don't have multiple wives, they will have multiple concubines, especially when they follow Nigerian women of nowadays. You have a billionaire husband and you don't know that you should pack your career to one side. Sit him down and say, look, I want you to pay me 10 million or 20 million naira salary every month. I want a property in Banana Island. I want this. You will ask for things, and then you carry your handbag and be following him around everywhere. Make sure you are looking cute and sexy. That's your job. Because I don't understand how your husband is a billionaire. You want to be working 9 to 5, or you want to be working somewhere. That money is too much. Those Unilag girls, their eyes they're like serpents. They go collect your husband. Made man say, do polygamy, but make nobody use Nigeria money do am. I agree with you. No use Naira do polygamy. You go disappoint. There's a level of money you have. You cannot marry one woman. That's why sometimes I'm okay. If you live abroad, you are Elon Musk. You can marry one woman. Abroad people now, so they train their brain. Niger. They will marry you. Women will pay your bride price just so that they can answer your name and be part of. You don't know how Niger is. Just look at Oni of Ife, the way women came. As in, you go look them. You Where your husband marry only, you know, fine, reach some of those women. You know, they educated, reach some of those women. We offer themselves to Oni. And Oni is not that rich. Polygamy is synonymous to dollars, pounds, and euros. Naira polygamy, na problem. People where they manage should not practice polygamy, in my own opinion. If you are managing, if you are Yulin, because look at Yul's case. His first wife is not happy. You never take care of him, reach the level where you want to marry another wife put on top of her head. He get the way you'll go take care of your first wife. She no go leave him. She might not like polygamy, she might not want to settle for it, but she could just think of her children. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know. Oni is not like Dangote, it's not like Adenuga. When I say very rich, at least we they see maybe Oni get private. I'm sorry, I don't know Oni that well. Oni, don't be angry, but I don't know how rich Oni is, and maybe it's not a comment I should make. So I want to open up my phone lines just for the next few minutes. And someone say Oni is wealthy. Okay, maybe I'm the one that is wrong. I don't know. Someone says she's probably living better now than when she was with you. I'm not going to make a single comment on Yule's wife. So, I was expecting Oge Nsima to join us. Oge, where are you? She said she was watching. Oge, you have to come to Facebook. You have to come to Facebook. So I said Facebook, you have to come to Instagram. So on IG, okay, you have to come to Instagram. I haven't seen your request. She said she sent an okay. Let me invite Rita. My Facebook can't take requests. So okay. Oge Nsima. All right, let me send her a request here. Hey, it says I cannot invite her. Okay, I'm trying to. Someone said, I think May is still with you. They are still together in a kind of togetherness that we don't understand. So, I've sent Oge an invite, and let me okay, please, if you send me a request, be prepared when I call you up. Be prepared. Again, Sima is unavailable to join. So I don't know which kind of mosquitoes they bite my leg for here. I know they see them, but I don't they feel them. You know those kind of mosquitoes are the most wicked. The ones where you go see, but you go just they feel their teeth for your leg. This one, they flush toilet. Hey, Ramina, you.
Me, you sent me a request. Yeah.
Yes, I was sending like a few people request. So, what is your take?
DF. Uh, man, polygamy. I think it's absolutely huge, and there's a whole lot of competition going on, inside of the drama. A lot of things that people are not aware of. Me, I can't do it. It's a no-no. Oh, it takes a strong woman to be a second wife or a third wife. It's a whole lot.
Okay.
Yes, Daddy Freeze, I'm here.
Yes. Okay, my sister, how far? I'm sorry. Maybe you and I will talk later. You tell me how to do this Facebook, because I don't seem to be able to bring anybody live on Facebook. It's just a struggle for me. I've tried a couple of times and I gave up. Instagram is so much more direct. So, talk to me. What's your take? Okay.
Daddy Freeze, I have just one particular aspect of. I heard all you've said about Oni and the high-profile ladies be married. That's true. As long as there is money, women don't have any problem with polygamy. That's what I understand. Most Nigerian women don't have any problem with polygamy as long as there is money to go around.
Most.
But on Ned issue, we have problem. Is his cause of prostitution, where he said is a lack of husband. That is why women are into prostitute. I'm like, that's false. That's not true. I'm still thinking. I'm still trying to relate how we say lack of husband is the cause of prostitution. How? I don't seem to get that. We all know that people that do prostitution do it because they are looking for survival means. I'm not making excuses for prostitutes, but prostitutes are just service providers, just like every other service provider. They work just like every other work. It's like there's people that are in need of sex, and there's people in need of money. They come together and transact. It's not because they don't have husband. It's not because some of them have husband and their husband cannot fend for them. You see them engage in prostitution too. So what will you say about that? If they actually think that it's because Southern men don't want to involve in polygamy, it's very, very ridiculous that someone that is aspiring for the seat of senator could think that way. It's very, very ridiculous. Very, very ridiculous. I don't believe. I disagree with what he said, and I condemn it totally. There are married women living with their husband that are prostitutes. Married men patronize prostitutes. So how will you say that there are ladies on the street and they are prostitutes because they don't have a husband? They are on the streets prostituting themselves because they don't have means of survival. There is no work for them to work, and if there is work, it's not enough for them. Yeah, that is my take on this. And I think that we Nigerians, we should be very, very careful with the people who are advocating, the people who elect into power. Somebody with this kind of mentality, he will not do better. Nobody can give what he or she doesn't have. This is not the right mentality. If you want to eradicate prostitution, you should first of all know the cause of prostitution, which is the lack of unemployment.
But you see, even where there's employment, like Germany and
80%
Amsterdam, they still have prostitution.
80% of 80% of prostitutes are doing it because of they are looking for means of survival. They want to get money to pay their bills.
Quite a lot of people are disagreeing with you. Some say you have a point. The gentleman here, Yusuf, how are you doing?
I'm very well. I'm very well. Sir.
Because you get fine chest, you don't come wear shirt. Now what for you?
No, have a.
All right.
No.
Tell us.
I'm disagreeing with her.
You are disagreeing with her. Why? Hey, Yusuf.
Oh,
Ah.
I would have loved to hear his point.
I would have also loved to hear his point. I'd love to hear his point. Yusuf, you need to come back. Oh. Be like, say, Instagram, say you know where shirt they yank you.
My question is,
okay, go ahead.
Women who agree to go into polygamy, do they really love their husband? And
I have explained that to you, Remy. In polygamy, it's not about love. Love can grow, but it's not about love. And that's what you also need to understand, that there are some women who come from poverty but are beautiful. And they don't want their children to go through what they went through. So when a rich man proposes to them and says, you know what, I'll marry you as my 8th wife, 3rd wife, 7th wife, they now look at it as an escape for their children. They look at the kind of schools the man sends his children to school to, and they look at the kind of schools they went to. I know a lady, because I grew up in the hood in Ibadan, in a place called Arimo. I remember going to see a lady, and they did not have front door. As in, from the street, you enter their house straight. No front door. Those face me, I face you. If you wake up at 5 a.m., you don't feel bath that day, because the bathroom is at the back of the house. So you have to go behind a tree to have your bath around 4 a.m. before people start to wake up. So once it's like 4:45, that's when people should be rounding off their bath. You understand? Once it is 5 a.m., 5:15, where everybody done the bustle, you know, if you bath again that day. And this girl was beautiful. She did not want that life for herself. She was not well educated. She went to a polytechnic.
okay.
Do you understand? Beautiful girl, curvy girl, but from a poor family. Her mother was frying akara. I don't remember what her dad was doing. You know, beautiful girl. Now, so one chairman see her Monday, maybe he carry her for school, just like the girl. Say, you want to marry the girl as 3rd wife. Today, the girl is doing very well. Her children are all abroad. Top universities in the UK and the US. She has about 4 or 5 children. You understand? So she didn't make a decision based on love. She made a decision based on, I don't want my children to suffer like I suffered. I don't want my children to drop out of the polytechnic because my parents did not have money to send me to school. Do you understand? So sometimes we have to also take certain people into consideration when we make blanket statements. Love is a luxury. Say that after me. It's a luxury. Now, person wey chop belle food they love.
Yes, though.
Really?
That's true.
Now, person, there's a
Love
level.
is expensive.
There's a level of poverty you will have. Love will never cross your mind. Now, how you go come out for that trenches? Now you go anything where you carry you come out that trenches, you go with it. If you are average, you can love. If you are wealthy, you can love. If you are poor, you can't love. It's impossible. Make inside that trench, you go fall in love, go carry belly. The person can't run, leave you. You know, calculate and well. They know they love, forget to. They know they love. Sort you understand. So I understand that a beautiful girl married to a rich man but I also do not understand how polygamy can cure prostitution.
That was just what I was going to say.
It cannot.
Love exists. I can afford to marry for love.
Yes.
But there is a level of poverty you are in. You can't afford. That love will die. When you see better
Well, you know
hunger.
what, dear? It would get to a stage where, when you have, so a lady marries a man, agrees to be his third wife because of money. Now she gets all the money and all the, whatever, all the material things that she wants. And then the husband does not exactly love her. Probably married her because of her, curves.
Now.
And then after a while, will she be happy eventually?
Now,
10 years down the line.
Now, let me give you a scenario. Let me give you a scenario. The husband is a wealthy business tycoon. You understand?
Yeah.
We're using Regina Daniels and Ned. Does Ned take care of Regina? Does he show her love? Is he kind to her? Does he tend to her needs? These are conversations we're having. We're just not using any man. We're using Ned and Regina. There are some single man marry single woman that the husband will not love you like Ned loves Regina. We can see that he loves her. We can see that I've been with them before in Dubai. We had dinner once. They have chemistry. You can't fake it. They have chemistry. He will join her and do TikTok video. You think it's easy to get a billionaire to come and be doing TikTok video with you? So what am I saying at the end of the day is, if you marry a woman because she looks good and she marries you because you have money, there are things you can do and that marriage will be sustained. Just treat her well. Treat her with respect. Give her money. You understand? Because that's one of the things she came into the marriage for. Make sure she's happy. Make sure her parents are happy. Make sure your in-laws are sorted. When you marry for love, you can bullshit in-laws. Say, all of you. When you marry for money, in-laws have to be taken care of. Because they will not understand why a billionaire is married to their daughter and they are suffering. So, there is a way you can arrange it. The girl will be happy. She will be happy. You understand? So, every man, there are relationships when the people arrange marriages, where the people eventually fall in love. Or they have a good marriage. The husband understands and works with the wife. The wife understands and works with the husband. And at the end of the day, they're okay. Regina, as a third or fourth wife, is happier than many of you that are inside your husband's house and you are the only wife. Let me not lie and give you. I might not agree with the comment. I might not agree with the comment that polygamy is a cure for prostitution. I don't agree with that. But that you cannot be in a polygamous home and be happy. You want to tell me that all the 12 women that want to marry Ooni of Ife, they are all unhappy? They get waiting that they find. They know waiting that they find.
It's their choice. Nobody forced them into it. They're happy.
Some women carry fire for head, though. You know.
Now, when you marry a billionaire and you carry fire for head, they will relegate you to one place.
Like me that doesn't like stress. I can't fight. I can't compete. I don't have energy.
No, when you marry a billionaire,
their places.
When you marry a
They actually know
billionaire,
their places, just like you say.
you will know
So
your
you can't
place.
fight.
When
Yes,
you marry a
they know their
billionaire,
places,
Let me tell
and
you,
they know what they marry for.
women are smart too, and some women can be,
Remy, say some
have
women.
plans. They won't just go there to
Some women,
of
Always
them
put
going
some.
there with their plan is to drive the other women out. You know, it's not every. I don't think it's all of them that will have the same thinking that okay, I just want to go there and be a wife and enjoy well. Some, or one or two, their plans might be to go there and chase out the remaining wives so that it will just be, them.
Let me tell you something.
I don't know.
My younger brother has 2 wives, and I've seen him with the 2 of them, and they are both happy, or they are okay. I can tell chemistry. At least I'm old enough to see. You can see people that are at war with themselves, and people that are pretending. They seem to be able to manage themselves.
Huh.
That's why I'm saying don't make decisions for it. Just say me, oh. Me, for instance, I don't think I can handle polygamy. Me, oh. If I were to have multiple women, I don't think I'll marry. I think I'll have concubines. If I were to have multiple women, which I can't deal with, to be honest, it's stress. But marrying 2 women is not for my temperament or for my pocket. It's not something my pocket or my temperament can accommodate. I no get that kind of money, and I no get that kind of mind. But I will not say that the person that can should not. Polygamy is not a sin. Forget what they've interpreted the Bible to you. All the, what is it called? Moses, Moses had another wife, but David had numerous. David left 10 concubines at a point. Solomon had many concubines. Jacob married 2 sisters and their house girls. You understand? It was never, the Bible never did away with polygamy. We interpret the New Testament because the New Testament was given to us by Oyinbo people. And Oyinbo people now one man, one wife. No be Israeli culture, no be African culture. Now Oyinbo culture. So they sold the narrative of one man, one wife, which is not exactly what the Bible was trying to imply. Christ never said anything about polygamy. He was asked about divorce. He was not asked about polygamy. And you can't use the answer he gave for divorce as an answer for polygamy. Paul was the one that said one man should marry one wife. And I don't know who sent him. I don't know who sent him. You understand? So, and Paul advised that one man should marry one wife. Yeah, but those people that had more than one wife, you can't tell me that somebody has 3 wives
To
and he's
maintain
treating them.
decorum in the family.
Do you understand?
Is to maintain decorum in the family.
Does one man, one wife really maintain decorum?
Does not necessarily mean, no.
You understand?
One woman says sometimes can be a lot of work, let alone.
No, it's some people can marry 3 women and everybody knows their function and their place. And he has money to maintain them. Do you know some men are not like, they're not going to take you to the cinema. They're going to meet you at the dinner table at 7 o'clock. Be there. Dinner is ready. When it's your turn to share his bedroom, you will be informed. Baba, you know it's a job. You know it's a job. Do you understand? You are marrying a billionaire. He's not going to come and join you in the kitchen to do dishes. He's going to come and join you.
DF.
Yes.
Let me ask a question. So the man who married more than one wife, 3, 4, 5, whatever.
Yes.
So he has money. Do you think that he will be happy knowing that these women married him because of his wealth? Or
He might not be
just
happy.
doesn't care?
He might not be happy, but that's his negotiation, the grounds for negotiation. So he just makes sure that there is money. Make sure that it's available.
Right, so he doesn't care if there is love, so he doesn't.
You
It
understand?
doesn't matter
And
to him.
if he marries the women under Islam, you will be properly groomed according to Islam. You will know your place. You will know that Islam allows polygamy. You can have as many as 4 wives. Islam has proper guidelines. You will give her space, give her house. If you live in a compound, she will have her own house. She will have her own stuff. so that they don't need to be fighting over anything. And if you cause the man heartache and trouble and you're always fighting the other wives, he will divorce you and throw you out and get somebody to replace you. So let's ask our brother here, Yusuf. Yusuf, real quick, what are your thoughts?
Okay. Hold on. Sam.
Yes.
I'm from an Islamic home. Okay. So what this girl just said, like one that I don't know what her name is, your girl, what is that?
Okay.
I disagree with her. But what you said, what actually you said, and this girl that's on blue, like you guys are making a point, like a very reasonable point. As I am now, you know, trenches Modagbasi. I grew up from trenches. Okay, and I have beautiful girls, like very beautiful girls. Like you see them on the street hustling from themselves. They don't have anybody to spend anything for them. They are hustling for themselves. So it depends on the family, like based on the topic that we are talking about now, Ned Nwoko, it depends on the family, like, okay, this daughter doesn't want to experience poverty like the way their parents experience it. It's totally different. It's just choice. It's your choice. What you just is what you.
Your network is very bad, brother. Hey, Yusuf, your network,
As I am say.
Hey, your network is tough.
Bros.
Yes.
I'll still tell him I maintain.
I want to bring another guy.
Maybe bring someone who has more than one wife.
The top reason why people go into prostitution.
What is Yule's handle?
Nobody goes into prostitution for any other reason. And it's just because they like sleeping with multiple people. I don't believe that. And if you watch people that are doing prostitution, check their background, they are always from underprivileged families. If it's not underprivileged family, have you seen a rich man child that is into prostitution before?
Yeah. It might not be prostitution, but it might be hookup.
Somebody that
I remember growing up in Ibadan, there was one very rich man. One of his first daughter was into runs, was a Roberta runs girl.
Because she likes that thing.
Is it because she likes it, or we see her as
I don't know. Some people can just be rebellious. I don't know. Some people can just decide to be rebellious. You know? Anyway, our gentleman here, Femi Aderogba, how are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What are your thoughts?
Well, my thought is that I want to believe we have different belief systems and we have a way of saying things. But I don't think that a man who doesn't engage in polygamy actually contributes to prostitution. Because prostitution is all about, having what's it called, SAX for a fee.
Yeah.
So not all men that have one wife actually do that. So and not all men that are even in polygamy are still faithful to their wives. So prostitution is a matter of choice, and it's normally caused maybe by a need to feel a sexual desire or a need to feel among people. So I first want to contest the idea of Madam when she said that it is mostly poor people that go into prostitution. No, some people are from rich family and they go into prostitution. being into prostitution is a matter, is just a matter of choice, just because they feel like they want to catch crews. Some people are even doing it because they want to catch crews, or because of peer prayer, or because they feel like they just. The main thing is that some of the people that come from rich home, they're doing it because they want to feel among. But that is not actually my point. The point here is that not every man who has one wife actually go into prostitution, and not every man that practices polygamy is still faithful to his wife. So my thought is that the man was actually thinking based on his ideology and perspective to life, and he cannot be condemned to that. He must probably has married multiple wives because he doesn't want to be flirting around with ladies. So his opinion can actually be respected. But for him to have make a general statement that if a man is not into polygamy, they're practicing promoting prostitution, I think that is a big blunder. Because you cannot, because you want to defend yourself for doing something and making such a general statement. So the one that practices monogamy doesn't actually contribute to prostitution. But if he chose to go outside the marriage, he can actually go with prostitute and increase it. So if you marry and for polygamy, if you are practicing polygamy just to ensure that you want to fulfill your sexual desire, automatically you may need multiple wives. Maybe your side chick, you bring him home and you bring her home and marry her. That could be a good platform. But if you are actually marrying for the essence of marriage, I don't think monogamy is bad, because there is even more advantages to having one wife than having multiple wives. Because sometimes here in Nigeria, multiple wives even mean multiple problems. Because for you to even manage one wife sometimes is a lot of work comparing to managing like 3, 4, or 5 wives. So I will say that I don't agree with him, but at the same time, I will still respect his opinion, because he must have said that because of a reason or the other, but I don't agree with his opinion.
Thank you so much, Femi Aderogba. Thank you so much, my brother. God bless you. I'm looking for a man who has multiple wives as our final commenter here. And then we're rounding off. A man who has more than one wife. If you have more than one wife, come live.
Tarifis, can I say something?
Please go ahead.
I hope people understand there's a difference between promiscuity and prostitution.
This oge dey deep. This oge dey deep. See where she think I'm go now.
What I'm understanding here is people are confusing these two things. You can be a rich man child or a polygamy child and still promiscuous. Prostitution has to do with people, commercial sex workers. That is what prostitution is. Where will you be? Okay, let me say, where will you be working where you're earning good money and you're commercializing yourself to earn money? I don't believe that rich people from rich background engage in prostitution. They can be promiscuous to catch crews, to take so many waters, but that is not prostitution. Prostitution involves when payment is made. They say money for hand, back for bed. That is prostitution. So I think that a lot of us are interchanging these two words.
Do that in their marriage, you know. The husband wants to sleep with them. Oh yeah, alpha, bring money.
Yeah, some women do that, and it's very wrong.
It's another form of prostitution. Sorry?
Some women do that, and it's very wrong. All right, since we can't find a man, let me bring a final lady. Samaria. I just typed Sam, and Sammy Oposo showed up. So sad.
Yeah. So sad.
May his soul rest in peace.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, I've sent Samaria. Samaria, you are wearing clothes today. Okay, Christmas is corner.
I've been so upset.
What happened? Waiting to scatter your brain. Waiting to scatter your brain.
I was duped today, so it's not funny at all.
You were duped.
Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah.
How?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Bless you. What happened?
I was
Oh,
trying to
dear.
make reservation. I was trying to make reservation. I don't even know what I was thinking. Reservation we already had. So I was trying to make another reservation because they gave me a good offer. You know all these agents you find online.
Yeah.
So I was so stupid to have given my security code to him. And they were just withdrawing money from my account. I mean, who withdraws money from it for a hotel reservation? You're supposed to just leave it on a hold. Maybe charge the person the rest of the month. Or maybe if anything, whatever. I mean, the whole thing is just tiring.
How much did they remove?
I have to come online to just come and ease off because I've been so upset, so mad.
How much did they collect from your account?
It's a lot. Money does they come on my account like this.
And you couldn't call your bank?
I beg.
And you couldn't call your
Did
bank?
you ring your bank?
Yeah, I called, but they said they're going to investigate. It's going to take
Yeah, they might be able to give it back.
90 days or whatever.
90 days.
They were asking me if I know about it, which I admitted, yes, I know about it. You can imagine, like, if I had told them, okay, no. I told them, yes, I was actually in communication with them. I was the one who gave them the card information. You know what I'm saying? But then I wasn't expecting them to charge me like that. They weren't supposed to charge me. I mean, I've been on it since. Now the phrase, let me distract myself. I've been so upset. Let me just.
Okay, let me hear your thoughts. You are final caller.
I hope so too.
Pele, Samaria. Let me rub your head, Pele.
I think Ned was just trying to indirectly talk to us, with the ladies, because I saw that post. He already has a lot of wives, so he was indirectly saying there are a lot of women out there, of which for a man to marry more than one wife would help to minimize a lot of us out there. But I don't know the term he chose to use. But I also feel, what most men do, especially in the north and most states that don't permits polygamy. They just have one wife, and because they have one wife, they have many concubines. They have concubines, which is also encouraging the same thing he mentioned. If he asked me, that's what I would say. But he has a point somehow too. But then, in as much as not everybody wants, or not everybody's religion permits polygamy. He has a point somehow too, because there are a lot of women, there are a lot of us out there. Our population is more than the men, and there are a lot of us out there, who wouldn't mind, being one or two wives. So,
Can you be a second wife?
I can be a second wife.
Can you be a second wife to Ned?
Or $10
or Ned?
But it all depends on the basis of being the second wife.
Like, can you be a wife to Ned?
Marriage.
No, I wouldn't want to be the reason why another woman somewhere is upset or sad.
You see, that's hold on. I have a problem with that mentality. If a woman cannot hold her home together and another woman catches the man's eye, stop blaming the other woman. Because if it is not you, it will be somebody else. When that, I don't want to be the sadness of another woman, I find that because I remember being with my ex-wife, and then imagine some woman is saying that she doesn't want to scatter. The home we don't scatter, we don't debone, where I won't die inside.
I had such option in the past. Growing up, I had my ex then, and it was a relationship of how many years? And trust me, I know he had a wife, but they weren't living together because they had, their differences and all the rest of them.
Mm.
And I remember times he had told me, let's run away. And this is somebody who was, he's rich, you know what I'm saying? So if I would have done a thing like that, I would have done it then, growing up. But I just felt like I shouldn't be the reason. I don't want to be someone's prayer point out there. I don't know why.
God does not answer those kind of prayers. God does not answer those kind of prayers. You want to kill a man inside a house, you are now praying for God to keep him with you. So God too is not.
If they can separate and divorce if they want to, but not you if it's consented, if the woman tells me, okay, come, you're welcome. I don't mind having.
That's when you should even run.
No, I'm just saying. At least let's say, let's say, okay, you know what love can do. We love somebody and we are carried away. We just want to be with that person, and the family tells, and the wife tells you you're welcome. Maybe for one or two reasons you're needed.
Now,
Maybe
let me tell you something, and this goes out to women.
Cool.
This goes out to women. Some men are suffering in marriages, and they just need to be strong enough to leave that marriage. It has happened to me before.
They should leave first.
It's not easy. You see, my problem is you are women and you always think like women. Start thinking like men.
I'm a woman. How can I?
Start thinking like men. Because you see, why am I saying this is? Why am I saying this? Some men are in relationship where they are being tortured. It's like somebody saying, my ex-wife will be doing prayer point. If she likes, she can. If she likes, she and Jesus can pray together. Nothing will happen. I was delivered from the power of darkness. I've been waiting for that book.
The difference, there are men that it's not even the woman's fault that they're misbehaving.
No.
Now there are men that
Now we also need to understand. We also need to understand something. Yeah, I was having this conversation with someone. I don't know who it was. The person said, "My ex and I outgrew each other. We were okay in the university. We're cool. We're in the same class. We had similar ideologies. By the time we got into the marriage and the work, it became torture, fire. I'm sure I was also stressing her too. I'm not going to say I was the best of husbands and all that. But she was not a saint. And she did not make me happy. So if you had been, if she was praying, her prayer point is that I should continue. God knows if he answer that kind of prayer. Oh. Make we know. It's like me praying that God should allow me to get into a position so I can steal more of Nigeria's money. Do you understand? If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in the marriage, you're not praying, God, change me. God, let me help this man. God, let this man love me. Let's love each other. Let's work together. You are praying that another woman should not come and take a man that you want to kill, psychologically or physically or whichever way it is. It's first. Never
because
that
if you start
easy.
tempting him and he doesn't leave the wife eventually and they make up. So what will be?
Let me tell you, again, where marriage done bad, they are not making anything up. They are not making anything up. If the guy truly loved you, what you should have told him to do is get a divorce.
That's why I didn't even want to, because it's risky that it frees.
Why?
If that woman doesn't want to divorce in that case, and you're the one.
As long as the man has filed a divorce.
I'll be at risk.
How will you be at risk?
You see, I fear my gender more than I fear the opposites.
You see, you people create all these illusions and fear and all these things about what does not exist. A marriage is not working. A marriage is not working. You are good with the guy. Do you know, maybe if you are done taking that step, maybe that guy for still be your husband now, and for still date together now.
Daddy Prince, let me tell you. No, Daddy Prince, let me tell you. You know, a woman would prefer to answer a widow than to have a man divorce. Most men will prefer to answer a widow to have their men.
Then she will become a widow, like Barra alone. By the almighty grace of God, she will become a widow. If that is,
I'm just telling you.
Listen, forget it. Forget this thing when they talk. If she wants to be a widow, she will end up as a widow then, if that's her choice. Let us normalize people. Hold on. Let us learn to normalize people getting divorces out of bad places. Let us start normalizing it now. Nobody knows what I went through. You can never know it. Sometimes when I remember and the problem was I was too weak to get up and leave. You know what gave me strength? My ex packed her load the first time and left. It gave me small strength. Yeah. She packed her load the second time. As she was leaving, I was throwing divorce to her straight. But if she had not left, I would not have had that strength. And I would probably be dead today or in prison if I had continued in that marriage. I would probably have been. We were that close. We were We were cat and dog. There was a time my neighbor was on the Third Mainland Bridge and we started fighting. My neighbor drove the whole Third Mainland Bridge. They were calling him on the Third Mainland Bridge to come and separate us. He drove the whole Third Mainland Bridge and still met us inside the fight.
Wow.
So
Thank God that he ended though.
So when a woman is now saying, I fear my gender. Oh, I fear my gender. I fear this gender. Let me tell you, there is no good man on earth. If he doesn't have a wife, he has a girlfriend.
Of course, yes.
I know somebody who married a man whose other girlfriend was a juju priestess.
Yeah.
So it's not his wife. There's no, unless the man we want marry na cripple, we poor, we ugly. If na cripple we get money, you go still get one girl way there on top in case. Only a useless man will not have you. As I did like this, inside marriage, women still dey my case. Where they worry me, I not just they answer them, I not just get their time.
If DF alone for things buds.
They go, they do you small style here, small style here, some people go even do it openly. So if you are a man, there is no, this one that is his wife. No. If woman won't kill man, if man can't tell you say he won't run, sometimes now you go help and run. No. Sometimes now you be in salvation.
Let me help and run. Let me put them there.
This is the mentality. This is the man. You see, you pity women inside marriage. Let me tell you, women tend to pity other women inside marriage because they look at themselves. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with you. You are just toxic.
Because like, if you leave and run, come meet me tomorrow. If you leave me, run, come meet another person.
It's not always like that.
It's not a good idea, Jerry.
It's not always like that. It's not always like that. Listen, let me tell you something. Okay, let me give you an example. You marry a man, then after you married him, you have 2 children. Then you now realize that he has another wife, or he was formerly divorced, or he's just finalizing his divorce. Baba, marriage get dynamics. Let me tell you something. When a man is tired of a woman, he's as good as divorced. In mind, no day there again.
And he should go divorce. When he's done with the divorce, then he can come to me. If I may want to, then I can proceed. Not the woman is still there, and you're trying to bring me in, so she and I can start having issues. I'm not trying to waste my life over something else.
Listen.
No, it's not worth
Listen. Woman way mad goes still mad. If she find out 5 years from now, say now you marry waiting supposed to be her husband, she go still get you for mind. She go still get you for mind. Forget all these things.
When I was in school, there was this man that was trying to get, I don't know what it is he had with one of my colleagues. And then he came one day and he was looking for the girl when he saw me. So we started talking. So he narrated that he was married, and so he was having issue with the wife. And because he wasn't in the position where he used to be, so the woman had to treat him so badly, and then he had to retire in a village. As God would have it, he was able to find his feet again. So now he's trying to move on with his life. He's trying to get married to someone. Now the woman has learned that he's about to move on with his life, and she is doing everything possible to come back into his life. And this is the same woman that had turned his children against him. The 2 children they had against him, and they were grown-ups. So at that point, he was now kind of, he didn't know if to go back to the wife or to or to marry the girl. I told him, sir, with due respect, I'm talking about this person is a rich man. When I mean rich, I told him, sir, with due respect, but that woman is not coming back because she wants that marriage. She's coming back because she has a motive. Women would prefer to hear that their husband is no more, than to just hear that one little girl, maybe especially when they feel that person is not what you know what I'm saying, like their class took over their husbands from them. I told him that. I told him just to be careful. She's not coming for good. You know, it's typical of our women who don't want to hear that the man divorced them, unless they're the ones divorcing you.
No, me, I divorced my own. Now me file for divorce. Imagine what my ex did. She filed for separation. What's that thing called? Judicial separation. I say you are who? Judicial water? No way, Jose.
So,
Straight up divorce. Ba, ba, ba. Waiting be that. Waiting be separation of no, fam. Come on. Magbo Shilaye ni no collect
Daddy,
shit.
please, most men are always indecisive about this thing.
Because
You
of
see,
the
men they
society.
complain most. They are not happy, but they are there.
Because of the
there
society.
will always be complaint. Yeah, sister, sorry, there was something you were saying earlier. You said something about rich people's children, not, most of them don't go, you said rich people's children don't prostitute. That's a fat lie. Let me tell you, money has a spirit. In fact, it's even because that they came from rich home that they go into that thing. And most of them don't even go into it because of money. It's not money related.
That's why she's saying promiscuity is different from prostitution.
Exactly, because
she defined it. Okay, defined it.
The ones that stand on the roadside, those ones are different. The ones we're talking about that most such people engage in are, you know how it's like just sleep with your father's friend, and family friends that find you attractive, and it doesn't matter that the money is there. They already know you have those money, but they keep buying you those things. They keep getting those gifts. It's like it may not even know how come. You may not even know you are doing it, but to you think it's fun, it's lifestyle, it's part of life, it's part of beautiful exhibit, or whatever you call it.
Now, I want to end.
They are all the same.
I want to end, and I'm very grateful to you, Samaria, for at least admitting on air that you've dated a married man. Most girls will never admit dating a married man.
I'll be crying now, I'm smiling. I did not say that this is the married man.
Remy, did she say it or did she not say it?
Sorry?
Did she not say she dated a married man?
My ear.
No, there's nothing. Listen, there's nothing wrong. Let's be honest.
That wasn't what I said. I said I was trying to make a point that I had a boyfriend. At that time, he was married, but they were separated. That's what I said. They were separated.
You just said you did not date a married man. Oh yeah, Samaria, come and be going. I want to bring La Peace for 30 seconds.
Okay, that was what I said though.
But I'm proud of you for admitting on it. No woman, in fact, this week I'm going to do have you ever dated a married man? Make people come talk, and I will bring you Samaria because you don't confess already, so no run. Wednesday, that's our topic. Have you ever dated a married man? And you tell us your experience. Then after that, Remy to come and tell us her own. All right, Samaria.
Okay, thank you.
So one more person real quick. So Wednesday is me and Samaria. We go talk this on tire. Peace, quickly. Let me hear peace. Where is she? Oh yeah, final 2 minutes. In fact, 1 minute, Seth. Someone say, where is Wowza? Wowza day inside Qatar right now.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Come, una know they sleep for this Lagos. As in, all of you are awake, your eyes are bright, all of you are okay.
But you also know, in fact, you also make us go to bed. Once we come back, we want to go to bed early so we can.
So you can wake up and join me. Oh man, wow. Okay, let me hear you, my sister.
Okay, so the thing is, I hear my sisters. Hi.
Hello.
I hear you, and I agree with what you've said. That is a lot of us going through hell. Much, in fact, I don't want to say more than women. And I think it's basically because of this you are a man factor. Because I hear some of us saying men don't want to leave. And I was having a conversation with a friend just a few days ago. And I told I told him, I said, I'm not going to bring up my son. I'm not going to tell my son, be a man. You are a man. Don't cry. Men don't cry. That's part of what has killed most men today. And what if men open their mouths to tell you what they are going through, you will weep.
Some men have lost their self while trying to please ungrateful women.
Okay.
Nobody talks about
Okay,
that.
they drink beer. I suppose carry you go drink beer, I swear. Remy, we go leave you for house.
No, that's truth. I know a few people who are in that marriage because you see, when people come and say, "Oh, women, they are considering it's because of the children." If you know how many men are taking shit because of their kids, just because they don't want, the family to go apart. If you know what men are doing, tolerating, dying themselves just to keep it together, you will fear your gender. Your gender on a tribe. I give one. Our men are going through a lot. And like Daddy Free said, I am saying it. Men, women, men in particular, should legalize taking a walk. Should normalize it.
Normalize it. Normalize it. When you are with a toxic person.
Women are always quick to come out and shout. Everybody will like, oh, she's a woman. But men, they will buckle it. They want to be that man. Hold on. That's very wrong.
There was a story I heard about many years ago. So I can't really, it was a story many years ago in Port Harcourt. This woman every day, she will be screaming, "Hey, my husband has killed me, oh, one thing. And then people who abuse this man. One day, that is how they started fighting again. The woman was screaming, only for neighbors to peep through the window and find out. People forgot to lock, because normally before the woman starts, they say she would lock everywhere. People thought it was the man. Only for people to find the woman on him, beating him. Of the reason why he will not come outside and talk. Men are going through a lot. And our women should stop raising their son to stop telling their son, "Oh, you are a man. It's okay.
Don't complain. Don't talk.
Your sister, you are a man.
Don't cry.
Don't cry." No, let people please your son to be expressive. Let them scream if they have to scream. Let them be themselves. Let them show emotion. Let them express
and be vulnerable.
It's all right to be vulnerable. Yes, sir. You're right.
Nigeria, Africa, Mama, or if they work in it. That's it. I don't understand where that is coming from. It has sink our men. It has killed our men. And please, anyone, anywhere, once, because people come and even I hear people tell women, "Oh, so long as it's not life-threatening." Do you know what emotional stress can cause you as a person? Once you're not finding the joy is not there, rather than tolerate all these things, take a bath, take a walk. It's not by force. It's not by force. People need that understand.
You see, one thing.
DF, I know a man who he's white, is a white British. He just left his marriage of 25 years. And I asked him, I said, why? Why wait that long? He said, they have just one child. And he said because of that child, that he didn't want their child to grow in a broken home. So he stayed and he endured. And all of his friends, everyone knew what the wife did to him, how she spoke to him. She had no respect for him, no regard for him. And this is UK.
Now, let me tell you something. What he did is part of the reason why we are here. Stop staying in bad marriages because of children. You are punishing the children. They can see you with what you are going through. Stop. You see, stop normalizing toxicity. And it's part of what I was talking about earlier on. In Nigeria, we have normalized toxicity. We have normalized manipulative behavior. If your mother comes to you and asks you for a loan and doesn't pay back, what is she teaching you? She's teaching you
irresponsible.
Not to be honorable.
Not to honor your word.
Yes. That's what she's teaching
Your mother, these are not things that you joke with. Christ said, don't ever swear. Let your yes be yes and let your no be no. Yes, mothers can play around with their children, but you have to be careful where you draw the line. A mother that tells her child over a loan that she collected from him that did I not carry, that woman is toxic. That is toxicity. And if she raised you, she will transfer that toxicity into you unconsciously. You will go into a husband's home or your wife's home and think it is normal to use what is not
I
yours.
think a lot of times men don't want to leave because they don't want to share their property.
Yes. And sometimes that's why if you are not sure in a relationship, don't buy a house, don't rent. When you are living, there's nothing to share. And let me give you this, let me tell you something here. When I was with my ex, I didn't buy any property. I didn't. And it's part of the reason why what made my divorce easier than Tasteboard's divorce. Because Tasteboard had a lot of property. So the ex did drag the property with her until today. Till today, the ex did drag the property with her. Me, I had watches. You want to tell George to give you my watch, will be man watch. They brought it up in court. It was thrown out in 10 seconds.
And the free has sense.
Do you understand? So a lot of people will tell you that if I had more property than watches, I might not be where I am today.
Yeah.
Because there will be something they want to drag. Even I had one house then. It was uncompleted. She asked for it. She said she wants to live there. I said, you want to live in an uncompleted house? And I could now not complete the house for a long time because my case was, this is an uncompleted building. You can't move into an uncompleted building. So I understand where you are coming from. And men, you need to be careful in relationships. If a woman is not your wife, don't start doing things together. We have to have a day we delegate entirely to divorce. Guys, it's been a wonderful 2 hours or so.
There's one idea I want to give men. I want to give men that for in case of divorce in future.
One other thing we should talk about, please find time to talk about our people in the abroad. Our women. You see, I don't want to generalize, but 80% of our men in the abroad.
We have talked about it now before they will come and start bashing us.
No, you know what? Samaria, Peace, Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm not sure I have a booking on Wednesday. Wednesday, we have to come and talk this talk.
We need to find a day that is to talk
just
about
men only.
Relocation and relationship after relocation.
Yeah, maybe that one.
So we need to. Our men abroad are going through worse than you think.
It's true.
I agree. They are going through worse than you think. A woman here who is I don't know what to describe her as would get there and turn into something else you don't know.
But not all of them.
All right, guys. All right, guys. I know this topic is very sweet and we will not stop. Thank you, Oge. Thank you, Samaria. I'm so sorry about what happened to you, my sister. I'm so sorry about it. Thank you, Remy. Peace. Wednesday, I'll wake you up. Take care. God bless you guys. See you soon.
Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Bye.